Well, hello, everybody. It is Star Trek Tuesday, so welcome to the main viewer. It's live, which means anything can happen. If somebody has like a drunk person in their room somewhere, we cannot edit it out. It will just happen, and the whole world will see it and hear it. So,
hey Ryan. Hey Ryan.
So this probably won't happen today, but I'm just saying it is live. Everybody, we have a very special guest joining us all the way from Trekland.
Hey,
it's Larry Nemechek. Some call him Dr. Trek.
Some do. If they're really manipulable. Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Anne Marie. It's good to see everybody. Yes.
We also have Melissa Longo from Walking Art Made by Melissa. She's wearing her favorite Trailblazer shirt, not to be mistaken with the SUV or the basketball team.
Yes, it's my Trailblazer shirt, and it is the only one that I actually own. I don't own the others. So it is my favorite.
Those three.
All right, everybody. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The walking exclamation point is back on the main viewer. It is Dr. Anne Marie Siegel.
Oh my gosh, back from buying a Cadet Alice mug from Larry's Trekland store. Hey,
nice.
Yeah.
And
it's there.
Okay.
You got to show it off.
I just ordered it and sent it to my sisters because she needs more microwavable mugs. And I know that way my uncle or my nephew will think I'm cool when I drink out of it because it's so cute. And it's to commemorate Larry's Cadet Alice Prodigy reviews, where he reviews them with Alice, who's 6 or 7.
She'll be 7 in April. So yeah. Yes.
The cutest little Star Trek fan.
I think so.
Yeah.
And there's plenty out there. So I'm not claiming a monopoly by any means.
Speaking of causing and cosplaying, my name is Ryan T. Husk. And BL asked in the live chat, is Ryan wearing a Cobra Kai shirt? He is indeed. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Probably means no mercy. Also, hello to Dave Gregory, Chuck A, Melissa, Faith Howell, Mona, Robert Kaiser out in Austria, Jenny R. Johnson. What's up, Jenny? Everybody's happy to see you, Larry. That means it's going to be a good show. They're going to expect big things out of us. The pressure's on. Let's what's in the news today, by the way? There's all kinds there. We have trivia, we have Borg's talk, we have I was going to say Borg stuff. I know that the plural of Borg is not Borgs. We've got Pluto TV news. We've got Ed Spalier's talk. We've got Picard. We've got a lot of really cool things about Star Trek Picard and Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Apparently, they're getting a lot of good accolades that are well deserved. Let's start.
Can I just throw out there that you said they're not Borgs, but Max would disagree. Max Grudenchek would disagree because he dubbed Aaron Eisenborgs as being his offspring.
With an S at the end?
Yeah.
Oh,
little Eisenborgs.
Oh. I do remember at the Star Trek experience that my favorite thing to order was the hamburger, if you'll recall. Larry remembers. Or the Deanna Troi rings of Beta Z.
I was going to say you got the holy rings of Beta Z, yeah. And,
wow.
In your warp core breach. Tall rack of onion rings, yeah. By the way.
All right,
Ryan. Before your fashion introduction there, have you that's a Cobra Kai shirt? Have you ever seen? There's a woman every year, young woman with a little kid, and she always comes as Cobra Kai Win.
Oh, that is so good. Yes.
It's a combat. She has like a Cobra Kai thing, but Win's on it. But then she has the Win Adami, the opera, the Sydney Opera House.
Only saw it this year for the first time.
Great mashup. Yeah,
such a good mashup.
Well, speaking of mashing things up, let's just jump into this very first item that is on the Twitterverse, because we need to start with the most important things first. And it goes a little something like this. Everybody,
me out.
Yes.
Everybody listening in, this is just a sight gag. It's Dr. Bashir in different hairstyles. I guess.
And facial things going on.
This is literally a Sid City right here.
Hilarious.
Family, yeah. So I wish we could describe these so that we could have like a poll. Everybody in the live chat.
It. Some people are saying it's supposed to be like showing like him as Cisco and stuff. But I'm like, I don't understand who the other hairstyles are.
Mm-hmm. I kept
don't
trying
really
to go
get
there
what this
too.
is.
Bieber right here. This is
I was
Justin
thinking
Bieber.
Justin Bieber. And he
So
was
this is really quality news.
channeling his inner boy
Tom
band.
Selleck.
Go with the hot
Yes.
stuff. Go with the hot stuff.
Everybody in the live chat, let us know while people are filing in and going, wait a minute, I thought I was jumping onto a news show. Tell us, who do you like? Who do you
I
like
gave up
better?
wicked tickets for this.
Goatee? Do you like goatee best
Well,
with
see,
shaggy
this
hair?
is-
Justin
this is
Bieber hair.
Cisco before he shaved.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, is
Shaved
that-
head
is that
guy
Ron Snowden?
or mustachioed menace.
Yeah.
Tell us who you like the best. Tell us who you would date. All right. Well,
Okay.
Anne-Marie, you're very uppity. You should tell us where we should start then, if not that.
Well, I mean, there is so much Picard to discuss.
Ed Spaliers.
That's cool. I mean, what I like most about the Ed Spalier stuff is that I love that Ryan Britt Esquire interview he did, just because it's so nice to see Star Trek like taking a claim in a fashionable magazine and making it more mainstream. I just think that's so cool. And we've had Ryan Britt on Star Trek and Chill.
Uh-huh.
The main viewer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Brian's awesome. I love it. I hadn't seen this.
I think he was on Star Trek and Chill one day. But yeah, so wait, Larry,
He was the main viewer.
how did you not see this?
I did not see this. Well, I've been busy and recovering.
I mean, like these gorgeous pictures. I guess maybe the gorgeous pictures didn't catch your eye because I went on to like. Now I'm
I was
following
looking at
his
the words.
stylist from this photo shoot. I was so impressed. So basically, if you then click over to the Trek movie article, it sort of summarizes, because he's gone everywhere. He did a Variety interview, and he kind of talks about like his headcanon for the backstory, and also like the research he did, and everybody's abuzz about like, whoa, you're Picard. I don't know if we can give spoilers here.
Ooh. Well, let's just say what the article states very quickly. It says, Ed Spaliers talks big Star Trek Picard reveal, character break background. Sorry, I recorded a lot today, so I'm going to be relying on Larry to read everything for me. And spin-off hopes. Ed Spaliers was a late announced series regular for the third and final season of Star Trek Picard, and a bit of a mystery without even a character name or much of a description ahead of the premiere. In the first episode, we learned he is playing Beverly Crusher's son. And in the latest episode, earmuffs, everybody, it was revealed his father was none other than Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise. After that episode, the actor did a sort of a media blitz, offering more insight into who we now know of as Jack Crusher. Well, first things first, what do you guys think about the name?
Jack Crusher.
Yeah.
I
love. Oh wait, Larry, you're
it's a
reading.
little strange, honestly. I don't know.
Wait, Larry, unmute yourself. We need to know.
Oh, how did I get muted? That's weird. No, I said it's logical. It makes sense. It's
I love
yeah,
how-
it's safe.
I mean, but does
like, they're
Picard
so-
does Picard want to know that his son is
Right.
named after his ex's husband or dead husband?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
Who was
he
his
wouldn't-
best friend that he
Yes, I feel
feels
like it's
guilty for
mature
sending
and
to his death.
beautiful.
Oh, you're right. That's true.
Yeah, I feel like
Mhm.
that's how evolved and adult they are.
Plus, can we, since this whole season is about throwbacks to the TOS movies, you've got a Kirk Marcus thing here with David Marcus, if nothing
Mhm.
else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great point.
So another homage to Wrath of Khan. Ooh. Okay.
Also, everybody at home right now, as we are discussing these things, please do us a favor. It's the last day of the month, so our marketing budget is very low. Normally it's up in the tens of thousands, but since we're on the last day, we're kind of scrimping back on our marketing budget today. So can you please do us a favor and share this video out with all of your pals? Just click that share button that's just right below us. And, click share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, wherever you want. We'd really appreciate it. And then starting tomorrow, we'll be back to like, what I think it was like 45,000 marketing, something like that. What someday. So please do us that favor.
Someday.
And give this video a like when you're doing that. That also helps with the YouTube algorithms. Thank you very much. We really appreciate all of you joining in the fun. And now back to the news. Feels like that's something people used to say. Back to
the news. That is something people used to say.
Feels very Rowan Martin laugh-ish
for me still.
Yeah, isn't that what people say? Like on when they slide into your DMs, they're like, "Send more news" or whatever.
Send more news. And now back to the news.
That sounds like something
And now?
different.
And now here's the news.
All right. So anyway,
Very Owen. Right.
This gentleman is quoted as saying, he wanted this guy, with reference to Terry Metalis, he wanted this guy to be incredibly complicated. And that gave me a chance to maybe look at myself in a way I hadn't before. I was able to dig deeper in a way I never had. This is a multifaceted guy who is trying to work out his place in the world, in his universe, but he's battling with very real things, dynamics, family dynamics, things I've experienced, things you've experienced. By the way, segue, am I the only person that doesn't like the way people use the word dynamics? He used it correctly, but people think, they think it means like dynamite, like it's all big, but no, it's up and down. Anyway, what do you guys think of that quote?
Dynamic means it have range and it has
exactly
like music.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Keep scrolling down because sometimes in these articles the good stuff's hidden at the end.
Scroll down.
Like what? You want to just point us in the right direction? He talks about Han Solo right after that.
Yeah, I figured we can skip that part.
You Star Wars fan? Is that what you're talking about? You want to talk about Han Solo?
They can talk about that on Star Wars and chill.
Okay. Why Beverly?
I don't get a Han Solo vibe. He's roguish, but he's not Han Solo. He's not a mercenary.
I didn't get that either.
Yeah, he's not getting paid, and then he turns a heart of gold like Han did.
I guess they're both.
He's a doctor without border who's very rough around the edges.
Right.
Well, we'll find out soon enough when Picard says, "I love you." See what happens. See if he says, "I know." Don't you guys know that? If he says, "I know," then he's all right. Anyway, tough crowd. Sorry, Star Trek fans. So on why Beverly kept him secret and about his age. Episode 2 was built around the final reveal of Jack as Picard's son, leaving the lingering question as to why Beverly never told Jean-Luc. Spaliers offers some insight into this with Variety. I think with Beverly, she is a very strong-willed woman who, in order to protect her son, took him away from everything that she knew. Her qualities of sensitivity, of wanting to help or better understand people, filter into Jack's way of being. He gets a real forthright energy from his old man. I know that's calling Picard an old man that's a little too close to home. I know that people look at Jack thinking he's not necessarily in the Picard mold. Maybe he's more roguish. I think he is, but he still has this underpinned characteristic that I think he shares with Picard, to always be fearless and to do the best you possibly can for the benefit of others. Jack's interview, he says he's 23 or 24.
Yeah. Which I just love hearing everybody doing the math. And my favorite meme is a picture of like trying to figure out the math with Ronan. Sub Rosa.
He's wearing makeup to get rid of the green tint then.
But if you scroll down a little bit to the part about the spinoff, like that's kind of fun. let's see, a common theme in all of Spaliers. Yeah.
I just love the fact his name is Spaliers and not like Spieliers or something. I just love
Yeah.
the
Hope I'm pronouncing
onomatopoeia.
it correctly.
Spaliers. Yeah.
Hopes for a spinoff. Showrunner Terry Matalas has made no secret that he's hoping to continue telling stories in this early 25th century setting, likely including Seven of Nine and other Picard characters. Spaliers talked to Cinema Blend about how Matalas includes Jack Crusher in these spinoff plans.
He's going to get snapped up faster than Michelle Yeoh.
You think so?
He's going to be off doing features. I don't know.
Yeah.
He says,
certainly amazing in Downton Abbey. And I haven't seen his new Netflix show, but everybody raves about it.
Well, he's a really good actor.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen any of those shows.
Yet.
He never ever has a moment when he gets to tilt his head. He's always like this.
And also duh.
Every time you're looking around, he's always like that. Even when the point of view is above, it's always like, he's never like this.
I mean, he has a good head of hair to show off.
Oh no, he's completely to show off. I just noticed how he's always
true.
He's always got the jaunty angle. Yeah. Everybody else is standing around flat-footed, and they look over at him, and he's like this.
He's ready to pounce.
Makes sense for his character.
And his chin's always down. Like, you gonna cross me? Are you gonna what? I mean,
he's ready.
He's ready.
Maybe that's his shtick. Maybe it's the Spaliers pre-pounce that
it's
we're
the
seeing.
Spalier stick.
It's a Spalier stick.
It's the Spalier stick. Yeah. No, he's not. I don't say that to denigrate his acting. It's not. I have to say that so I've watched the screeners through, and I just want to say that if I was kidding about that in the beginning, because it felt like but the longer the thing goes on, the more it's like all of these. It's like Shaw. It's like everything. People are like looking at that. They make the episode not a chapter mistake. It's like the longer these people are on camera, they're not just little red herring B parts that run in and run out. There's including the bridge crew on the Titan. Most of them, they all have more fleshing out to come, and I'm barely halfway through the season, so
so just like
he gets a lot more fun stuff to do than stand around like this and glare at everybody.
I mean, well, he's already doing that more. I mean, breaking out of the break is pretty cool. Oh, sorry for those who haven't watched episode 2.
So just one last thing about that article is he was like, I'd even be cool sticking around like 10 or 20 more years of this, which is always good to hear. So he's like, I'd give it my all. And then he said, like one thing that probably he hasn't heard anything further from Terry Matalas, but he encourages everybody to like keep showing their support because you never know what can happen. And I think Strange New Worlds really showed us that.
Yeah. It did.
Also, here's a quick break for Twitter. Something very important on Twitter here.
Breaker one Twitter. Yeah.
At Larry Nemechek, Larry states, "Hey Trekland, I'm on live with the main viewer crew right now." Well done, Larry. Well done.
Well, since I hadn't done it yet,
we love that guy.
We do. We need to have him on. Make us look smarter.
Larry Nemechek.
You get him off script, and he's totally worthless.
Oh wait, Aaron Wilkie's in the live chat.
Correct.
Okay. Aaron Wilkie, who we were just talking about at Trekland Tuesday earlier too, because I bought a Cadet Alice mug to be like him in his T-shirt.
Also on Twitter here, speaking of which, Aaron Waltke at Good Aaron tweets, fresh from the mailbox. Now, I just happened to be seeing that right when you said, "What's up, Aaron Waltke? It's always good to see you in our live
Deep
chat."
Space
Everybody knows.
Nine.
I know. Look at what's going on.
Sorry. What?
Oh.
Okay.
What?
And I also really loved that he included the part about like the post-World War II allegories. It's such a beautiful thing to remember.
The post-World War II allegories?
Yeah, and it was able to like help people think about that in terms that it's hard to wrap your mind around, like when it's still fresh and like a generation earlier, or for some of the writers, like they were that generation. And I know Nanaz talked about too, like she'll go to conventions and meet concentration camp survivors, and they'll say, it's hard to talk about some of these concepts and hard to watch them unless it's sort of like wrapped into an allegory that you can sort of, where it's not like the visual, like it's not as overwhelming, but you can still think about it and talk about it so it never happens again.
It's like wrapping the pill in cheese. It makes it go down easier.
The scary thing is watching something historical be talked about in the 90s on Trek, and then watching it happen again in real time now. And you're like, but I thought we were like mocking it and making fun of it so it would never happen again. And
it's almost as though history repeats itself. I'm going to coin that phrase. Yeah, you heard it here first,
Hashtag
everybody.
It, yeah.
But I do want to actually, just for a second, if possible, Aaron, thanks for tweeting this out. This is actually really cool. I want to see their description of Jake Sisko. Yes. It says, the commander's son, an army brat who doesn't remember life on Earth. He's been aboard 4 different starships and stationed on 2 planets. The transient lifestyle has taught him how to scope out a new terrain and assimilate quickly. At the same time, he has an inner fear of forming intimate friendships because he loses them so easily. He dreams of going to live on Earth. He collects holodeck programs of various places on Earth that he uses to try to fulfill his fantasy, this fantasy. Deep inside, he knows that his mom would still be alive if they had not lived in space. And he has a suppressed bitterness about it. His father promised there would be other kids on the station. It turns out that there are only a handful of varying ages and species. Only one his age, Nog, a Ferengi teenage boy who is a, quote, bad influence. Jake is very close with his dad. In fact, they're buddies to such a degree that the commander is plagued with feelings that he's not doing the job of parenting very well. Maybe more discipline is required. Maybe the boy is too familiar with him. I wish I knew what too flip meant. The boy has no technical expertise at all. He struggles with his homework, but is dedicated to doing his best. What does flip mean, Larry?
Is it
like
this is great.
You know, not serious.
Like,
yeah. He's not. He doesn't treat him like.
That's what I thought. Flippant. Maybe it's short for flippant.
Yeah. You know, you've never. Yeah. Just somebody says to flip. Don't be flip with me.
These Bibles.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's just a 90s term.
So that's
yeah,
a
I was
term.
like, yet.
They're
that's
standing.
Very much Michael
She's someone
Keller.
a sailor would stand up in a closet with. Like what?
What?
Wait, you know that's in the.
What?
I think it's the Isn't that like Kess's thing in the Voyager Bible? Somebody says like some very weird thing in one of these character things in the 90s.
Well, just don't read the
I'll
women
get back to you.
descriptions in
I'll
the
find
80s.
it.
They're really sad. Yeah.
Oh man, Aaron Wilkie's been going crazy on eBay lately. There are all these goodies coming to his house. I'm loving
apparently
it.
Someone's enjoying their Prodigy hiatus way too much.
And maybe dare we say research?
Yeah, that's literally what I was thinking. I was like, I hope he's researching something and planning ahead.
Okay, imagine selling something on eBay and you see that the person who bought it is Aaron Wilkie. Oh man, that'd be such a rush.
I have a confession to make. I've never bought anything on eBay before in my life. The only thing I got on eBay was my very first Star Trek uniform. And it wasn't me that got it. It was my friend, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, that got it. And I just paid him back because I was like clicking on eBay and I'm like, this looks weird. Wait, we're buying from a human? I don't know if this is weird. I have to create an account. I was like, nope, I'm sticking to Craigslist. That sounds more trustworthy.
Oh my gosh.
This was a long time ago. I may have been wrong.
What corner of Craigslist are you talking about?
I know.
I may have been wrong. But anyway, I still have it. Good stuff, Aaron Waltke. Thank you very much. Where are we going next, Doctor?
Let me see.
You said that, and I was like, "You're not okay." Fine.
I know. Yes. I said that on purpose.
I felt like the captain moment.
Oh, you know what's a good one for with Larry?
Moment.
Yeah.
This is fun. The last one in that email they sent you, the fan theories for canon connections to Picard season 3 villains. Like Trek. So basically, Trek movie has been keeping track of fan theories for like Vatic, for example, and other things.
There are
And
so many.
They've compiled some of their top favorite ones, and it's quite fun.
Can I just say, every time people say Vatic, half the time I hear Vedic, and I'm thrown back into Dominion, and I'm like, wait, what? No, what?
Me too.
Those masks are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so this is from trekmovie.com. It's entitled Analysis. I always get worried when there's a news agency that starts with analysis. I'm like, all right, I don't need your opinion, bro. But in this case, that's all we talk about with Star Trek stuff is opinion. So I love it. Analysis
up front.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also gonna there's when they do these fan theory analyses are really fun because it's hard to like scour all of Twitter and put them together coherently.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, they have found out that these aliens, if you look closely, they're actually the Dutch.
Oh, I thought they're Venetians.
Wow.
They look like they're masks in Venice.
Wow.
That's true. They do just look like their masks, actually.
Yeah.
Doctor Who episode.
Analysis. Fan theories make canon connections to Star Trek Picard season 3 villains. By the way, I run like this the biggest Star Trek Picard Facebook fan group in the world. And these are constant. And some of them are actually kind of interesting. You kind of root for them. You think it's probably not going to happen, but it would be fun.
And this is why we stream weekly on our serial shows, and we don't dump them all at once, because you'd never have that if you dump the whole batch at once.
Why, Larry Nemechek, you do a weekly show. Could you inform everybody what that is?
What? No, I meant this is why Picard and Treks drop weekly. Some people argue that they should all be dumped at once. No, but I'll talk about Trekland Tuesdays live, 1 Pacific and 4 Eastern, 9 UK time, 10 Central Europe. Yeah, but no, I'm saying if you dump the whole season at once, you wouldn't be able to have the whole fan theory. I like having fan theories better than the early days of Discovery when it was the controversy of the week and all everybody could think about was, or a lot of people were, the conversation was led by the toxic tubers. But I like this better. People on the positive side just having fun.
I think he means like the toxic YouTubers.
Yeah, that's Melissa. Right.
The ones where if we search your YouTube history, it'll be littered with them.
Toxic tubers.
Yeah. I don't mean poisonous potatoes.
Yeah.
I mean,
very good.
I would be really sad about that. Potatoes are everything.
Yeah, no. It's good. I love potatoes.
I love potatoes too much.
Man, I wish we had an article on
potatoes.
Like
digging them in the dirt unless we had dirt clod fights, my brother and I. But no. Yeah, toxic tubers. That was my sanity term for the bozos.
Toxic tubers. I'm wondering if the people in the masks are upgraded green.
That's something I've seen floated out there. You got the joke of the gibberish language that doesn't translate.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of seem more like dumb. I don't know.
Aw.
I don't know that we've seen enough of them. Oh my gosh, that jacket is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Scars.
Has the stylish sense. It matches the chair.
She looks so much like her father in that picture.
Mm-hmm. Let's look at a handful of these fan theories they say on Trek Movie. Okay. The primary suspects. Changelings. Quote, each time they had different faces, end quote. In episode 1, Jack Crusher told Picard and Riker that he and his mother were being hunted by people with different faces, like on Game of Thrones. Was that line meant to be taken literally? Could the changelings from Star Trek Deep Space Nine be back? Showrunner Terry Matalas has stated, quote, the fallout of the Dominion War is important in the plot, end quote. That seems to be a big clue and puts the changeling faces along with Jack's comment about different groups hunting the Elios, or Elios, as he says, which, by the way, if she raised him, wouldn't they pronounce their ship the same way? I don't know. Okay. Including Fenris Rangers, Klingons, and Starfleet officers into a different context. Also, in the first episode, Riker noted the residue left by the soldiers Beverly vaporized was unusual.
That's interesting.
These clues have many
talk
people
about
pointing
unusual
fingers.
remains before, like for example in Aquiel.
Oh, the brown blob.
Yeah.
The horrible animation they all hated. One of the reasons they hated Aquiel. The writers hated Aquiel after it's done.
And just because you're raised by somebody with a particular accent doesn't mean you adopt that accent. My mother has an accent and I don't share the same accent as her.
My mom has a very French accent. Maybe you're right.
Larry, do you want to talk about Aaron Wilkie's throwing a
yeah, so Aaron's just blowing up our chat here too. Aaron said in the chat,
thank goodness.
What if everyone we're seeing in Picard 3 are secretly clones made by the Remans? Oh, I got to do this in my fanboy voice. What if everyone we're seeing in Picard 3 are secretly clones made by the Remans along with Shinzon, and then they're hit with the aging radiation from the original series, which of course would be deadly years, which is the, you know.
Wait, are you doing a me impression? What? Are you doing an Anne-Marie impression?
No. That's my fanboy.
No, I know. Okay.
Voice. Yeah. For when your cuff braid is like 1/8 of an inch too far from your cuff, and it's obvious.
And we counted the stitches. Yeah.
No, funny, Aaron. See, this is the kind of thinking goes into Prodigy episodes. They sit around and come up with this, and then they throw it out, and then Lower Decks picks it up and actually does it.
Which reminds me, everybody in the live chat, if you have seen Star Trek Prodigy, can you please leave a comment saying how amazing it is and how extremely pleased you are with how well those 20 episodes turned out so far. Those of you that have not seen Prodigy, see the comments and then watch it.
Okay.
And prepared to be
the viewing commenters have to say at the end of 20 how it was not at all what you were expecting when you sat down to watch a show about teenage kids in Star Trek. That looked like it was starting off in Star Wars. Yeah.
So
what do you got,
to go back
Anne-Marie?
to this other article that we were just going over, it gets good, like that next paragraph where I'll just summarize, and somebody has been surmising that it could be lost with it. Like, I like when the theories get really specific. This one is like, what if it's lost?
That would make more sense. Yeah.
The changeling who found the other rest of the 100, and they've risen up against, and they're like,
right. Okay, I like this theory because I would like to think Odo had a bigger influence on his people than not. There was a reason he went back to be with his people.
Yes, and loss is such a loose thread in a show where they didn't leave a lot of loose threads. And that's from the episode Chimera, where Seventh Rule had JG on to deep dive.
And do you remember what we called that episode review? We called it Loss and Found.
Yeah, that was a good one.
He was found. And I was very pleased about that one. And one of my favorite titles. Rico E. Anderson says, you sound like comic book guy, Larry, from The Simpsons. I agree. I was thinking the same.
Well, I was doing that. They owe me money. Because that was my fanboy voice in the 90s. Well, maybe comic book guy goes back to the 90s.
I think they owe me money too.
Yeah. Just kidding. Yeah, good luck on you and me both collecting on that one. Yeah.
Okay, let's take a quick break from that. Oh, wait, no, actually, are there more fan theories in there, Anne-Marie?
There are so many.
Because I don't want to miss that.
One of my other favorites is that it follows up on that amazing episode Conspiracy that's
Parasites, yes.
Yeah. Or as some people say, nubbin bugs. Yeah. And that would also explain, like, when Beverly said trust no one. I mean, that is such a callback to that episode.
Okay, so that's a good one. Check that out. Conspiracy Parasites. I've seen that one floating around. Yeah. What else do we have? More
Because those are supposed to
parasites.
be what the Borg were, but then they decided because before CG they were too hard to animate. They were just a piece of plastic. You know.
What if you scroll down? Okay, scroll down, and it's under the heading "Secret Agent on Titan." Oh, hey, we know
This is the guy in the middle that said it would be a shame if something would happen to such a notable officer, right? Isn't that what he says, this guy? Anyway, I guess
Nice
I'm the only one that
uniform.
remembers
This
that.
article is so
Too
much
bad if
fun.
something should happen to it.
Yeah.
A Twyla Scott cameo. Okay.
I know
fine.
these. It just like gets better and better. But keep scrolling down because there's a hilarious caption with picture.
Keep going. Keep going. Yes.
Section 31 with Sneed. Sneed, the Ferengi who brokered the deal for the stolen portal weapon, name dropped the black badge wearing secret organization in the last episode. And we know that they were a huge part of Discovery. But there's another wild theory that suggests Section 31 could be the big bad for Picard. They were certainly involved in the Dominion War, and in the DS9 documentary, What We Left Behind, former showrunner Ira Stephen Bear led a writer's room to break the story of a hypothetical season 8. In it, Dr. Julian Bashir is described as an example of a character who has lost his way and is now in charge of Section 31.
The southeast version of Bashir in that foursome we had a while ago.
Could a Bashir-led Section 31 be pulling the strings in an end justifying the means situation? Mentalis has also said that there are several unannounced cameos in season 3. Could we see the return of a lost his way Dr. Bashir? Okay, this is where they lose me. Several means what? Are we talking at what, like
More than
5,
three.
6, 7? Yeah. I mean,
When I was a kid,
my
I thought
brain would
several meant
explode.
6 or 7 because it was S.
Yeah. But then how much is
I
a
like
grip?
that.
How much is a grip? That one's also kind of a
Yes.
vague. It's like a,
It's this.
I mean, if it's like a grip of rubber bands, that could be like 30.
Or jelly beans. That could be
Were you just
a
not
lot
hearing
of
group
jelly
and you
beans.
heard grip? I've never
No,
heard of grip.
like a grip is like a, yeah.
Is a
it's
a number.
That's
I
a,
haven't seen
that's
you.
a,
Or it could be
About-
just one orange.
Oh, get a grip.
So a grip.
Someone
I'm gonna
thinks
look
maybe
this up. I
Larry.
didn't-
Larry might be in season 3.
Yeah.
okay, a grip.
Wouldn't it?
Oh no, this is terrible. It's on Urban Dictionary. It said, dude, this is killing me. So I look up
Uh-oh.
a grip, right? Thinking that I'm going to be proven smart, right? First
You
thing it
shall know
says,
the truth.
an large amount, an large. Come on, and these are the people I'm quoting.
Your
Well,
first
anyway.
mistake, checking
Yeah.
online. Yeah.
Yeah.
A large amount of a particular item, time, money, or what the fuck?
I know.
I can't-
Your first mistake was checking online live.
I know.
Oh my
This has happened to me
gosh.
before. I just Google something to get an answer and something terrible. Anyway, so a grip is a large amount of things, like several. Okay, anyway. Where were we before that
That's
last
what all the
part?
Nazis said. We
This
were
is
just
live.
Googling. We were just Googling. We were following Google orders. We were following our Google orders. Okay.
Wow.
So anyway, those are fun fan
You know, you
theories.
can't, following
Wait, but
orders
go
is not an
down more.
excuse. You have the right to, okay, come on. I'm not being weird Nazi here. You have the right to refuse an illegal order, part of the military code. Okay, fine. Okay. I was not endorsing
Wow,
that.
there are more.
Well,
Okay.
look
Check
at the
this out.
secret. I'm just really amused
Did
by
you
this
ever get to the
secret.
bottom of the article? Did you ever get to the last one?
Oh
We'll
my.
get to the bottom of it.
Can I
The
just say,
binars.
I said this in Second Opinion
The
this week.
grip.
One of the little things that everybody jumped on the Quark, Brunt, Thaddeus O'Connor, all that stuff in the known associates and the crime records and the tech.
Yeah.
Nobody jumped on the fact that somebody was from, or there's a mention of Binar 3, which actually
Yes.
the Binar's planet was Binaus. So maybe
Yeah.
it's a colony in the system. But anyway, I'm just saying that I was like,
I know.
Okay.
See?
And they spelled it
Apparently-
I, not Y, but who knows?
These people pounced on it.
Bob D. So Ryan has a grip of black licorice.
I like black licorice very much.
Ew.
We've got a grip of theories going on here.
Wait, just
When
go down. I'm
When you
really
tell
into
Brian
this.
that when you tell Ryan to get a grip, it means a whole different thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Aerosmith album. Everybody knows.
I think we're
Secret
still waiting
agent
for,
on time.
but wait, there's more. Here we
I
go.
know. But wait, there's lore.
Why don't people cosplay that one more?
Amber,
More
you keep telling
lore?
us to go down. How
More
far?
lore.
What are you
No.
looking for?
No
Of the other
bore.
one.
It's like 4 more down.
What? There's that many. Wow. Good job.
But wait, there's
Trekmovie.com.
lore.
You
Yeah.
need to be applauded for this is a lot of work putting all this together. So good work. That's pretty
This
awesome.
is the
Legit
midweek
fun.
filler between the episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, this
And
we
this
know.
is like flip. This is really
We've got
fun.
the spoiler. We got the
Wow.
spoiler.
Shaw. So
Bad
everybody just
moms.
listening, we've got Moriarty talk. We've got Captain Shaw talk.
Can I just say
Admirals
I made up a term
Jellicoe.
last week? I'm claiming it. I called it Baptins. Okay.
Yeah, I did hear you say that on your episode 2 video.
Okay. Just claiming it now.
You can have it,
It
Larry.
does seem too obvious that Shaw would be a double agent.
Show his face. Show his face. Look, see?
Mm.
Oh yeah.
He's looking down. You can't fire your phaser unless you. Okay.
Is this
He
the
looks
thing,
like he's
Amory, Jack
angry.
Crusher?
The one right below it. I'm just really
Just
into this
below
guy.
it.
Okay, everybody's calling him Ensign Side-Eye.
I saw this.
And he's like retweeting himself. It's so funny.
Not really.
The
Says
character, not the
in,
actor.
right.
No, the actor's retweeting it himself. And he's like, this is my
Aw.
proudest moment. And then Trek Movie
So
puts the
we
caption
had-
under the video under the picture as Ensign Side-Eye.
However, unlike the guy in the bar,
this guy.
Side Eye doesn't have his own little Alka-Seltzer glass and Galaxy class
Yes.
toy.
We need to know more about him. But that
He's got
caption under the
one
video is
hit.
so funny.
He's just got a really bad sinus infection. He's just having a really bad day. Get off his back.
But look at the caption that says Side-Eye Guy.
Side-eye guy. Who wrote this?
Amazing staff.
Oh, here we
Another
go.
anonymous, all hidden under the staff byline. Yeah.
This was
Yay.
also Jay Huang was also in that in Sneed's little
Mhm.
Associate, known associate.
Well, that's why
Right.
she goes to him to say, "Get me in to see him."
Is
Yeah.
it Wang or is it Huang? Like Garrett Huang?
I don't know.
I think it's Wong, but I don't know for sure.
We know it's Garrett Wong, so it might
Mhm.
be with the H,
Mhm.
might be Huang.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
All right.
So,
Good question.
They won me. I'm now like
That was
ready for
exhausting.
Side-Eye Guy.
I can't believe there's still more to that article. Good work. Oh, wait.
Right?
Real quick. We've got somebody else joining us in just a second here. We just want to say that was Joe and Doska. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. That wrote that out. That is a lot. And they got 176 comments on that successful article. Well done.
Yeah, if every theory gets a comment. That's 176.
And then if they tell more theories,
The grip of
Ah.
articles.
Grip.
So speaking of articles, we've got John Orchiola of Screen Rant joining us
Hey.
right now. He heads the Screen Rant Star Trek writing division, which is really cool. He can't hear any of the nice things we're saying. Whoa, John, I was going to wear that Prodigy sweatshirt today, actually. I'm so glad that you're wearing yours.
Oh, you
Welcome.
should have.
I know, it's like right there. I had it, but I was going with
It's just
That's
hanging
such a
right there, right
snazzy
off screen.
yeah,
shirt.
very well. What's up, John? How are you?
Good, man. How are you guys? Hey, Larry.
Awesome.
Hey,
Nice
after
to
we
see you
finally
again.
met over VTC, yes.
Yeah. Melissa, Anne Marie. Great to see you guys.
Hi.
What are we
All
talking
right.
about? What's going on? I have not
Well,
been
I'll
watching.
tell
talking
you.
about the all creatures great and small finale. Just
Oh my god, how great was
I was
It
gonna
was
say,
amazing.
they were debating, yeah. All the
that?
Talking about fan theories and
Four.
how many of them there are.
fan theories. Do fans exist?
Oh,
Theoretically,
if you push them over in a forest, do you hear them?
if you put them all on a boat, will the boat sink?
Mhm.
Not yet.
While we're thinking about that,
I'm not a
check out
fan of
Twitter.
supporters of shows. Yes. Okay.
Todd's everybody's favorite captain, Todd
Yes.
Stashwick, is sporting the navy blue Titan shirt today. Represent. Thanks, Brandon K. Layla. All ashore, that's going ashore. Star Trek. Oh, it's more Star Trek cruise people
It's
rubbing our
cruise day.
noses in it that they're having the
Sure.
times of their lives.
But that
Well,
shirt
we're
looks great on him.
also having the times of our lives.
Okay, so Aaron Wolke in the live chat says, great shirt, great Prodigy rep, John. And then he said, we're talking about Prodigy season 2 theories.
Okay.
All right.
Larry,
Okay, start
what
us
is
off,
your...
Aaron.
Yeah.
We're
Larry, what do you
listening.
think? Any theories for Prodigy season 2?
No. I just well, it's so much was blown up and set up. It's like, how long? I can't wait. I never thought that they would split Gwen off and have her go back to her people.
Mm.
And then we've got at least 2 agents. Maybe there's more floating around out there. They're going to outdo the Changelings 100 here or something. But it's like having Gwen go back to the, and now they're
Are
and
they
the
gonna
main
put
body
Harper
are going to explore. They're going to get into alternate universe time travel at the same time. It's going to be like Picard season 2 or something. But the idea that they're playing with that is kind of amazing. And
Is
essentially,
Vatic a Vonnegut?
Whoa.
With Scarla.
That would be
it's all in the
That's
bees.
a deep cut.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Speaking of deep cuts, are those like scars under
so.
Vadic's
Did
eye?
she do that to herself? They're so symmetrical. I feel like
Yeah, well,
she's
yes.
trying to,
Maybe
she's
whatever
the
race
first-
she is, that's their
Yeah,
make.
like
Like,
a bad
we do like
reaction to a
eyeliner
mask.
and stuff. Maybe that's just her makeup.
Maybe
She's like,
she
let me
was
put on my
such a
face.
smart victim that she had not 1 but 2 ocular implants, and she's an XB.
Or maybe she got the one accidentally. Somebody hurt her and she said, let's make it a matching set.
it looks like someone like jammed a mask on her, and that's the.
I think in Prodigy season 2, we will see, this is a prediction, we will see Tuvok and or the EMH doctor in Prodigy
Ooh.
season 2. One or both of those.
I'm predicting in Prodigy season 2, we go into the real Janeway's ready room, and she has her Tom
Ooh.
Paris collector's plate on the shelf.
That would be awesome.
Oh my gosh.
And she talks to it all the time.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Prodigy season 2.
I
I
say,
would love to see an
made you.
appearance by Jake Sisko.
Mhm.
Somewhere.
What do you think? Oh, Linda Anderich says Vatic is a Vidian. That would be cool. What about if she's a Vidian before the phage, or she has not been hit by the phage?
Oh.
That's really
well,
cool.
the phage
and
has been cured.
and it gets
The thing-
and they cure it by slicing it into their faces.
The
I like that.
Didn't the thing-
I like that a
isn't-
lot.
didn't Think Tank come up with a cure for the phage?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yes. So
I
that
try to
could be
forget
her
George
scars
Costanza
left over after she
episodes.
was cured.
Yes, Larry, I love this. That's good stuff.
Don't pin it on me. I'm just being
That's
totally
What do
really
you
good.
think, John? Any theories for Prodigy season
Oh.
2?
Hey, I was
Prodigy.
kidding about the Tom. Oh, sorry. You guys go ahead.
Oh no.
Ah.
What, for Prodigy season 2?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off Larry and say that Janeway has the entire plate collection of the entire Voyager cast that she talks to in her ready room, and then and I'm also going to guess that they're going off to find Chakotay. They're going to the alternate 25th century. I'm guessing they're not going to make it so easy for them. Like it's not going to be a straight line. Hey, we're going to go through this time anomaly. Here we are at Valnikat planet, and we're going to go pick up Chakotay. I think there's going to be a lot of detours along the way that will kind of put Janeway into a position where, oh my God, I'm lost in space again.
Little PTSD.
Aaron
And cool
Waltke.
graphics that explain it all.
Where did it go? Aaron Waltke
Yes.
says we will see Janeway's
That's what I
ready room in season 2. That's an exclusive, everyone.
Thank you.
That's
Now
what
the
I almost
plates.
interrupted you
Tell
for,
us
John.
the plates, Aaron.
Now the plates.
We want the whole set.
Yeah. We
I
want,
better see
we want two
her
box
and Chakotay wedding picture on the wall.
But you see
or
what
a
Aaron's
Chakotay
doing here.
7
This
of
is
9,
what
right?
this is what these poor
No, they
producers
broke
do
up.
when their series is out to pasture, when it's somebody else has got the hot spot, and they're floating around waiting to come back. This is what they do. They go invade other chat streams to drop crumbs like Janeway's ready room, plate or
Yes,
no
and
plate.
I love it.
So of course, yeah.
It's the best thing ever. Yeah.
Okay, we got a couple more comments here. Robert Kaiser out in Austria, who never sleeps because it's like 3 a.m. right now for him, says,
karaoke
I want
again.
to see real Janeway drinking real coffee. For any other ideas, please invite me to the writer's room. If you pay travel and lodging, I'll do everything else for free. What a deal, everybody. You can't beat that deal. Aaron Waltke says, we will have 18 episodes of chill vibes. But what about the other 2, bro?
Yeah.
What's happening in those other 2?
Wait, what's a CV? What's a chill vibe? What? Define yourself, Aaron. What? Define terms. What?
All right. So any final guesses on Prodigy season 2 while we because we still have to cover some Pickard, a little more Pickard, some Strange New Worlds. Both of them are taking the world by storm and well deserved. Any other final predictions for Prodigy?
I predict that Rock Talk will be in it. And maybe Murph.
Okay. If you want to invite Melissa Longo to your writer's room as well, I'm sure she's available.
However, Jankum has a horrible manager who holds out for more money, and he's written. It's more Tellarite abuse. It's more. I know.
I know.
Speaking
They
of
get no
Tellarite
respect.
Do you think if you hit Jankum Pog, like he flips over? Like the remember
Hilarious.
the Pogs? People used to collect
Yes.
those things. Those things were terrible ideas. Why did people buy those? It's
Did
just
you
a
buy them?
thing. I
Did you
didn't.
buy
I was like, it's just a thing. It doesn't even just a thing. Anyway. All right. Well, Larry, we're gonna have to let you go. We do appreciate you jumping in and hanging out with us and spending an hour
It's
with
fun as
us out of your
always.
busy Tuesday.
Yes.
Any final thoughts before you run
I
off?
gotta say, so I said that about Tellarite abuse, and Aaron jumped in and said, Larry, we've given you so much Tellarite love. He's correct.
Prove.
It's the first time in Star Trek history that 2 speaking Tellarites talk to each other, and they were even different, species diversity.
Excuse me, Larry. I remember personally playing a Tellarite and you playing a Tellarite, and we did interact while we were pawing at an Orion. I remember.
Yes.
Don't pretend like this
And-
did not happen in 2015-ish. No, 14-ish.
And having some ham pizza off camera. Yes, I know.
Yes.
But we didn't have lines. So, okay. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just
Before
saying.
the-
Robert
before
Kaiser
filming.
reminded us of your hashtag, it's time for Teller Prime.
Yes. Well, Harry Judge, when I met him at Vegas, I told him, I said, come on, we just start this campaign. And then he's immediately never seen again in Star Trek. But no, thank you, Aaron. I know I made a total thing out of the fact that was a Bechtel moment for Tellarites or something. A Techtel, I guess.
Awesome.
If you talk about that on your show, you could call it a show in Bechtel.
Oh, drop that mic.
Okay, and on your drop mic, I'm going to bug out. So
All
you all
right.
have fun.
Thank you.
Thanks, Larry. Have a good one.
John, take my
Bye,
spot
Larry.
up here. Okay. It's like a mini Hollywood Squares only. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Bye, everybody. We'll see you.
See you, Larry.
Okay.
Bye.
All right.
Join us Tuesdays, guys. Oh, Trek Files is on hiatus, but we'll be back for our 10th season with some amazing guests later next month.
Great.
So there's
Thanks,
my thing.
Larry. See
Okay.
y'all soon. Check them
Okay.
out. Larry's
Bye-bye.
Trekland. Tuesdays, I bet. But check this out, everybody. It's an article from screenrant.com written by John. Mr. Orchiola is here, and this is his article. It is entitled Vadic's Secret Weapon in Star Trek Picard Season 3, What It Could Be. Wow. If you want to know the entire article, read it your damn self, screenrant.com. John, can you tell us the gist of it, please?
Gosh, where's Muhammad when you need him to actually read these things?
I know.
Okay, yeah. So, obviously when Vadic invited the Titan to scan the Shrike, they found a lot of weapons. Every weapon known to Starfleet, according to 7 of 9. All kinds of crazy warheads, and then something loaded in the primary position, something that the scans couldn't identify. So, and they kind of left it hanging what that could be, but obviously it's going to factor in to what happens with the Titan and the Shrike going forward. So what could it be? What could it be? The obvious guess, which is what I made because is that it's the portal weapon. That's the portal weapon that destroyed the Starfleet recruitment center on Metalis Prime, and Vadic is the culprit who owns that portal weapon. He stole it from Daystrom, which would converge the A story and the B story of Picard. Because right now they're both very separate, but they've got to come together at some point. So that's the logical thread to tie it all together. But yeah. And so that's kind of the obvious guess. But then there's also the possibility that it could be something else, because I believe it was Rafi's chasing after
7.
Yes, Rafi is chasing after 7 and nowhere near her. But there could be more to this Daystrom heist. Basically, is what we're speculating on. Muhammad could have read it so much better.
Yeah, because I was thinking, if we got 11 more of those ships, we'd have 300 points, perfect score.
Total strike.
Thank you. And it's a bowling joke, Melissa. Thank you.
I know.
Melissa looked at me like, God, you're so dumb. I don't even know what.
No, because
play it back. Go back 10
seconds
seconds and look at Melissa.
You said strike, and I was looking at your shirt that says strike.
Right.
At the same time, and yeah, it was just.
That's a Cobra Kai shirt. Nice.
I wore it for you, John.
Nice. Shrike.
All right.
Strike first, Shrike hard.
Yep. Okay. So let's see. Is there anything else on this to mention? Could be. You covered it. How can Picard's Titan beat Vadic and the Shrike? It goes a little something like this.
Oh.
The USS Titan A is a top-of-the-line Neo-Constitution class starship that has been in service for 5 years and has had 36 successful missions under the command of Captain Liam Shaw, Todd Stashwick. Yet the Titan appears to be severely overpowered by the Shrike. Vadic can even use her tractor beam to throw a ship at the Titan, which everybody loved. Admirably, Shaw's priority is to protect his crew, and he's unwilling to engage in a firefight with a superior foe of unknown origins, even if 2 old men are trying to tell him what to do on his own ship. Right, John?
Do you notice the very the underlying pro Shaw undertones here?
I definitely did. I raised an eyebrow at that. What's up with that? Is there something you want to tell us?
I like Shaw. I think Shaw's great.
I agree. If everybody in the live chat, do you like the captain? If no, say no. If yeah, say Shaw.
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 Yeah, but I did notice that because, the truth is the reason we don't like him is because we are seeing things from the point of view of the people that we have loved for 35 years. We love Picard and Riker.
He was mean to them.
Right. But if you flip it over, and in season 1 of Star Trek: The Next Generation, two old people come on to Captain Picard's ship and say, hey, you got to go endanger this thing. You got to go endanger all the lives of your crew. Picard would be like, I will not do such a thing. Or, he would do that. And we'd be like, yeah, you get them. Tell those old guys that's foolhardy.
And also, let's be clear. Those two old guys were trying to steal his ship. That's why they were there. That was the only reason why they were there. They were going to steal his ship. They were in the wrong.
And we don't know how hard Shaw has worked to get where he is, to get the captaincy of his own ship, and to have it threatened by two people. You're gonna be a little on guard with two people that come on your ship and cause shenanigans.
Right. He might feel a little shocked, right? Like what?
Yeah, but I think they said it's really hard for me to like him based on how he treats Seven. So,
yeah, that's true.
It's not like it's an unfounded.
That's true.
I don't like anybody who's not my people.
Right.
That's hard to watch.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
He did take a couple shots at her.
Yeah, and she has to live with that on a daily basis for no reason. So rude.
Well, and to me, it seems like he's got some underlying resentment towards people who were in the Borg and were Fenris Ranger.
And yet he chose Seven to be his first officer. I asked Todd Stashwick specifically about this in our interview, and he gave a really cool breakdown of why he picked Seven, which is basically like he felt Seven was somebody who could tell Shaw the things that Shaw doesn't necessarily want to hear, or could steer Shaw in directions that Shaw doesn't necessarily want to go into. He wanted somebody who would stand up to him.
Because without her, his logic is pretty shoddy, right?
Yeah, and make her work in a toxic work environment where he insists on calling her by a name she doesn't want to go by.
Right. This is true too. This is
that's also that. It's complicated, which is actually why it's so intriguing.
Right. Yeah.
Boy, I don't know. You guys are making me feel like a jerk for liking him, though. Now, when you point those things out, I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I'm just rooting for a jerk, which is okay, too. Number one Ducat fan right here, buddy.
Right.
Angelica.
Just kidding. I said a jerk. Ducat's not a jerk. He's a sweetie. Jellicoe's a sweetie, too. Everybody knows it.
One other thing about Shaw is that he actually genuinely cares about his crew. He doesn't want to put them in danger. And that's one of the other things he has a really big problem with Picard and Riker shanghaiing his ship and taking it to the Riken system and having this now pirate ship that's incredibly heavily armed bearing down on them. It's the fact that through no fault of his own, his crew is now in mortal danger, and he doesn't know how to get out of it.
That's true.
What do you think he could have done better? Like just kind of hang out with them and.
I mean, they're clearly going to try and do something. Instead, he just goes to bed early.
You want to just hang around and talk shop?
Well, I don't know. Just have some awareness of I don't know. I'd probably wake up every couple hours to make sure.
Anyway,
we have to compile a list of all your shop puns because they're amazing.
I feel like I broke my brain coming up with the grip of those just now.
Wait.
Grip.
Way to call it back.
Thank you. Well, what's next here? Real quick, we've got another one that is very important, everybody. And this is from a little known website called screenrant.com. Written by John Orchiola here. He did not send these in, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because I forgot to.
This is your crown jewel.
It's entitled How Picard's Sidney LaForge Actor Plays Star Trek's Newest Pilot. Exclusive, lucky, Star Trek Picard Season 3 star Ashley. Is it Ashley?
Ashley.
Sharp Chestnut explains how she flies the USS Titan as helmsman Sidney LaForge. This is a great one. We can't go through the whole thing, but everybody go check out that interview. That must have been cool. How that was just a couple days ago?
Yeah. When was that actually? I think it was a little over a week ago. But yeah, she was amazing. She is great. I met her on the red carpet and got to talk to her for a little bit, along with the other LaForges. But Ashley on her own was terrific. She was so much fun to talk to. She's super excited to be part of Star Trek. She's told me a really cool story about how her mom is a giant Star Trek fan and helped her read the lines during the audition process.
Aww.
And her mom was like, this sounds a lot like Star Trek. If I were you, I would say these lines differently. And she was right. And that's actually how she got the job. And she was just awesome. So this one was about me asking her, basically, I asked her some really silly questions. And I asked her whether or not she ever went to like pilot, like helmsman school, or if there's any such training for when you play a helmsman. And she basically just described that no, like she's kind of on her own, but she described how some of the buttons actually say lift off or what have you. And then I just started I started talking to her about how she should just start racing Erica Ortegas and start racing Kayla Detmer, all the other female helmsmen. And I asked her who would win. She was like, yeah, me, Sidney LaForge, obviously. So, but it was a really, really fun interview. She is such a super awesome person. And I know, having seen some of the newer episodes, she gets a lot more to do in Picard. And it's really going to be cool to see her like shine.
Cool.
Interesting. Well, that's good stuff. Must have been fun. I mean, it's an exclusive, so that means that we all just have to wait to before she can come on our show and talk to us. That's got to be pretty cool. Here's the next thing that we would like to pull up very quickly. And by the way, I was reading a lot of this. This is a really great piece here. Good stuff, John Orchiola of Screen Rant. One is this very important piece of news. This has been floating around. It's old news from yesterday, but those of you that may have missed it, Anne-Marie's going to be pissed because she's like, we don't cover old news. It's only a day old.
Okay.
Everybody keeps talking about this.
Oh yeah.
Canadian Geek, that's what his name is, says, hey, at Terry Metalis, what happened to the Borg and that space anomaly? Will that ever get revisited? # Star Trek Picard. Terry Metalis says, look, bro, for the last time. No, he didn't. He just says, the Jurati collective does not play a part this season. And the real Borg, I imagine, are still licking their wounds from the # Star Trek Voyager finale in the Delta Quadrant. Okay, so case closed. And by the way, I don't think he means necessarily the real Borg. I think he just means like the OG Borg, or the ones that we already know about. Just want to make sure
wouldn't mess up the timeline.
Yeah. So there's that story item there, just in case people are worried. Boy, I feel bad for the people that are not watching Prodigy and Picard. They're like, God, what am I missing? There's a lot of stuff to talk about right now. That's good stuff. Also, a quick news item. This is also very important for those of you at home that are, I know somebody that is obsessed for some reason.
Hold the phone. Aaron Wilkie says, I encourage you to read his phrasing carefully. Is that because
let's go back a second.
Is that a hint?
Yeah, I think we got to go back just one moment here. Reopen closed tab. Thank you. Oh, yeah, because he says this season. In the Delta Quadrant. Yeah, I think that the wording there is this season. Okay, now that's two things that it can lead us to. Number one is it means that it could in subsequent seasons, like a season 4 or in a spin-off, or of course from Prodigy, because Prodigy can cover it, and that has nothing to do with this season or series at all. So yeah, just because the Borg are not in this season, he's not even saying that the real Borg are not in season 3, or that a Borg is not in season 3. He's just saying the Jurati collective do not play a part this season. So really all he's saying is very, very specifically the Jurati Borg collective are not in season 3 of Star Trek Picard. Everything else is up for grabs. Am I right, judges? Melissa Longo?
Hey, Vadic has those scars on her face. Here's a theory. What if she's a reclaimed Borg?
Totally.
Yeah.
Very good.
Like
Very
7.
good.
Well, that would kind of bring a
Locutus. And she's pissed at Locutus.
Yeah. She did say Jean-Luc Picard in the French accent.
Yes.
Oh my God, they were dating in Unimatrix Zero.
They were dating in Unimatrix Zero. That's his old flame.
Yeah.
Wow. That would be 3 reclaimed Borg. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, Pluto TV. A friend of mine named Darth Shuey loves Pluto TV for some reason. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But some people just like the simple life of going back to the 80s and having commercials and just not having any control over what you watch. You just turn it on and you're like, well, hopefully it's a good episode. And if it isn't, I'll just watch it anyway. Apparently, Pluto TV is adding Star Trek Voyager and other Trek shows being available live and on demand. So anybody that loves Pluto TV and loves commercials and loves to not be able to control what episode you are watching, Star Trek News tells you, and I don't mean like StarTrekNews.com, I'm just saying general Star Trek news. This article is from TrekMovie.com, tells you that Star Trek Voyager is coming to Pluto TV. So you're in luck.
So you basically have Pluto instead of cable.
Pluto
sort of.
TV, it's like regular TV.
It's kind of like regular TV, but I don't know if they have local channels, but they do have like a lot of old TV shows on it and also movies.
That's cool. So like,
he did say that there's a Three's Company channel, so that's...
There is a Three's Company's channel? All right, I'm leaving.
It's TBS.
I know. That's pretty...
TBS.
I love...
Oh my gosh.
I'll do anything for some Three's
Mr.
Company.
Roper or Mr. Furley? Mr. Roper or Mr. Furley?
That's the question. I'll tell you right now, John, as a little tyke watching it in syndication, I used to think, oh, Mr. Furley all day, every day. No, I mean, it's not even close. But upon my more maturing years,
yes,
I see the brilliance of Norman Fell. Now, a child can't really pick up on that brilliance. He just sees the slapstick comedy of like, oh, I know karate, that kind of stuff. But the point is, Mr. Roper is a genius because he would always break the fourth wall. He'd go like this. He would say like, that's not what you said last night, Helen. And he would just like stare. And we're like, he's looking at the camera.
Oh yeah, it's like he's here.
Am I right, John?
I 100% agree with this. Mr. Roper is for the discerning mind who understands subtlety and depth. Furley is a fantastic comic character with the wild clothes and the karate and the goofy faces. But Norman Fell is doing some subtle work, some third dimensional work. It's like 3D chess versus normal chess. Bring it back to
Nothing's more subtle than stopping in the middle of a filming and staring at the camera to make sure everybody knows that you just made a joke. And sometimes he's looking off camera like the directors. I'm like, I told you this one would work. They're cracking up over here. He was living his best life.
Gosh.
Period. Anyway.
Wow, it's been so long.
But now we can watch it all on Pluto TV.
Oh, this is true.
We've got a poll, who people like better, Mr. Furley or Mr. Roper. So we'll see how that turns out. A lot of people are like, I don't even know what the heck. And Jack Triple should be everybody's idol. And shout out to the late, great John Ritter, who is also outstanding in my opinion, the best or one of the best movies I've ever seen, written and directed, which was Sling Blade. Absolutely perfect freaking script, beautifully directed. Anyway, you got to see it. Everybody in the live chat, give us your Sling Blade love. All right, what's next? Okay, this is also important. I'm glad we've got time to hit it quickly. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is nominated for 2 Critics' Choice Super Awards. This is also a TrekMovie.com article, so check that out because that's important. I'm glad that Star Trek is getting a little bit of recognition. This is a very important thing.
Like explain what the what's the word for it? Super Critics' Choice Award or Super Award?
Yeah.
They explain what the super means because it's not the exact same thing as Critics' Choice.
Okay.
I think it's like, okay, I don't know. I didn't memorize the wording. It's something about having to do
I know
with
what super means.
No, it has something to do with like the fact that it's for more specifically for genre shows or shows that fans get very excited about. Yeah, the most popular fan obsessed genres across both television and movies.
Like Three's Company. Also, another quick news item is that season 3 of Star Trek Picard is 100% certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And if you need confirmation, it's right here on your view screen. Rotten Tomatoes tweets it out with a gold check. What the heck does a gold check mean? I don't even know.
Weird.
Star Trek Picard season 3 is now certified fresh at 100% on the tomato meter.
21 holes.
Wow.
I know
that's
where I slowed down
fast.
Yeah, I started looking ahead and making myself laugh with that one. I'm like, okay, 21.
Woo.
It's still very good.
Yeah.
Is the point. I'm still very happy about this. We're fresh, number one.
But just for reference here, I looked it up. Strange New World is 99% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice.
That's pretty great.
I would say that's even more impressive because that's probably way more people that have reviewed it at that point, rated it. If it's a 99%, that means it's at least 50 people have done it if you're talking about rounding up.
Point.
Yes, Anne-Marie?
That's a good point.
Oh. So I think that's really cool. Great ratings. But don't look too much into Rotten Tomatoes is my advice, because when people say something is at 99% or 100% or 2%, it doesn't mean that they're getting rated a 99% or even a 9.9 or even a 10. It just means that 99% of the people said, yeah, it's good enough to watch versus, nah, skip it. That's all it means. So, you know, when things get really high or really low, just remember that doesn't make the movie or the show a 10 or a 1 or a 0. It just means that most people agree that this is good enough or not good enough.
Go shop around for your ratings, maybe. I mean, there is IMDb.
Should we check IMDb?
Yeah, we're at 10 every episode. Boo, we hate this guy. Not Aaron Wolke, but the guy he's talking about. Prodigy is at 94% fresh because one guy didn't like our pilot.
What?
But
wait, they didn't like 0?
But it's a tie with TNG, so he's okay with it. Yeah. Boo that guy.
So the moral of the story, everybody, is go to IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes and give a good rating for Star Trek Prodigy because it deserves it. And if you have not seen Star Trek Prodigy, make sure you do, and then give it the ratings that it deserves.
I 10 the series and 10 every episode. So good.
It's so good. It's such a great show. I mean, more than.
And then I take like my sister's phone and 10 with her phone
to make up for all those jerks out there.
Yeah.
All right. Here's a trivia question for everybody before we go.
And then I 10 something like this on IMDb while I'm at it.
About damn time. Star Trek on Paramount Plus, you may have heard of it, tweets out in the hashtag Star Trek TNG episode Bloodlines, Captain Picard meets a young man he incorrectly believes to be his son. What is that man's name? Is it A, Thomas Picard? Is it B, Bataille? Is it C, Rene Picard? Or is it D, Jason Vigo?
This annoying spelunker.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, he was rock climbing, illegal cave rock climbing, and then he beams in.
All right. Is it A, Thomas Picard, B, Bataille, C, Rene Picard, or D, Jason Vigo? Everybody give us your answers. I'm going to take a quick check at the poll, and it looks like most of these people have matured like us, and they say 21% say Mr. Furley's number one, 78% say Mr. Roper's number one, but they all say, yeah, but don't forget Helen. Don't forget Helen.
Helen is a key component to why Mr. Roper was great.
That's right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what would he be making sarcastic comments to himself? Well, he doesn't mind that. He says it to the audience anyway. He just looks right at us.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Yeah.
So very quickly, here's what's going on this week. Yesterday, the Seventh Rule released our full review of Next Generation Season 1, Episode 9, Hyde and Q. That was a weird one. Remember when Q makes Riker a Q and kind of like, what does this mean?
Not bad.
Yeah. Hey, Wes, not bad. And Denise Crosby, of course, Tasha Yar is with us for the entirety of the Tasha Yar tenure. Tasha Yar tenure. That almost works.
Wait, really fast though, the episode that we premiered, the full episode last night on Seventh Rule, it featured Eric Menyuk, the Traveler, and it's an amazingly good interview. So if you haven't checked that out on the Seventh Rule.
When I was flying home to Boston on Thursday night, I was watching TV on the JetBlue screen, and yesterday's Enterprise was on, which I hadn't seen in a while. Well, a great episode, obviously, but I was thinking the whole time, I cannot wait to hear Denise Crosby actually talk about this.
Yeah.
On the Seventh Rule, Season 3, TNG.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait
crazy
about a year. But yeah, me too. Good stuff. And yeah, Anne-Marie, thanks for bringing up. Eric Menyuk had a great conversation with us. Great stuff to talk about there. So check that out on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel as well. That is fully out and available. Now, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Falling Tower YouTube channel. Falling Tower this month is doing rebooted 80s cartoons. All the 80s cartoons are getting rebooted nowadays in the last few years. This whole month of March, we're going to be covering those. It's going to be zany, a lot of fun. And starting with tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Falling Tower YouTube channel, DuckTales on Disney Plus. I'll give you a hint. Episode 1 is entitled, episode 1 is entitled, Woo!
That's not.
It is.
Ooh.
It says WOO hyphen OO exclamation point. Woo. And that is with actress Bethany Bodan. So check that out. It is certain to be a very interesting and fun review. Check it out. That is tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Then on Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we've got our full review of the newest Picard episode, which is a Picard episode 3, right? Season 3, episode 3. Should be a fun time. What's going to happen? Well, there's a surprise coming. Let's just say we got a surprise for you, or two. So check that out. Definitely want to tune in for that. Then on Friday, right here on this channel, Virtual TrekCon, that's 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We've got Star Trek and Chill. We hang out, we talk Star Trek, we enjoy beverages. It's the best way to spend a Friday night ever since Black Licorice.
Ooh.
And then on Sunday, lastly, on the Seventh Rule YouTube channel, we will be releasing our review of, this is 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Oh, it's Haven. It's going to be the Next Generation episode, Haven, with Armin Shimmerman's face. If you remember that episode.
Get Fox and Oksana Troy.
Anne Marie's favorite character of all time, Oksana Troy. Yes. She really is, though, isn't she?
Yes, by far.
By far.
So
wow. That's bold. How many episodes was she in?
Probably 9, maybe 9 or 10.
Sounds right.
I think like one. I think there was like a contract where she was on every season at least once.
That's kind of like the drummer of Megadeth, Nick Menza, had a contract in which every album had to have at least one song starting with a drum solo. Very similar, right?
Wow.
Which is cool because he's a great drummer. Anyway, that's it, everybody. So, John, can you please let everybody know where they can find you online?
Sure. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Back of the Head. And my stuff is at screenrant.com. Star Trek, which we now have a little Star Trek feature on the main page underneath the banner. Click on that. All of our Star Trek stuff is now there. Movies, TV, comics, and other things.
Nice. We also have another radical celebrity in our live chat. Anne Marie, she's talking to you right now. It's Tanya Harrison.
Mars. Love her.
Mm-hmm. Welcome, Tanya. Thanks so much for joining in the fun. Anne Marie, can you tell everybody where they can find you online?
Twitter at Anne Marie Siegel 1. Raving about Haven's Emmy nomination for Best Hair. Love that about that episode.
Was it Oksana Troy's hair or Mr. Holmes?
Here's the thing. The thing is, like, everybody has such high volume in this episode, except for obviously Mr. Holmes and Picard. It's just amazing and so 1987 in like the best way. Can't even wait. Or early.
Speaking of 1987 in the best way, Melissa Longo, where can people find you online?
At Melissa Longo and the Introverted Republic.com. You can find walking art made by Melissa. If I can move my hair, and new stuff is coming. I just added something brand new today before the show. So,
what is it?
Well, it's for Fran Iverson. We were talking about it, but she had a special request. So I've added a mask to walking art made by Melissa in the 7th Rule collection.
Nice.
Yeah.
There it is. Cool. And there it is.
Da, 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 da.
Go get your mask today, everybody. There's an endemic out there, and all kinds of. But humans are very germy.
And gross stuff. Yeah.
Have you know? I need a full body mask.
Humans are gross.
I mean, humans.
Humans are.
I want to say humans and germies, and I said Germans.
Humans with their root beer and their darts and their baseball.
No. Moisture and soilage. Ugh. Anyway, I know. Everybody, you can find me on Twitter at RyanTG Husk. That's at RyanTG Husk, or just follow the smell of arrogance. And you can also find me at Virtual Trek Con, Falling Tower, or the 7th Rule on your favorite social media and YouTube. And we would like it if you did. That's about it, everybody. Oh, what was the answer to the trivia question, by the way? I don't know if there's an answer.
D, baby.
D.
Okay.
That's why I said, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters, because the Vigo sounds like Vigo in the second Ghostbusters movie.
Very good knowledge. Excellent knowledge. Also, like the guy that played Aragorn in Lord of the Rings. Am I right, John?
Yes, right. Viggo Mortensen.
Nailed
it.
Jason Viggo Mortensen.
You guys. Anne-Marie's like, I'm surrounded by nerds. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we gotta say hi to say goodbye to Aaron Walke too. Since he joined us on the live chat.
Thanks for the fun,
Find
Aaron.
him a good Aaron.
At Good Aaron. Yep, exactly.
Mhm.
Thanks. That's about it, everybody. Thanks for the fun. Give us a like. Leave your comments below. The way you do that on a live stream is once this live stream ends, just hit the refresh button. The comment section will open up. It'll open up like like a cargo plane opens up. It just goes like that. And then you can just drop your comments in there. Tell us what you think about Viggo Mortensen or Viggo, the bad guy, whatever it was in Ghostbusters 2. Not nearly as good as
He was an
Ghostbusters 1.
impaler. Yeah,
Yeah.
not nearly as good as Ghostbusters 1, but you have dancing goo in 2.
Mhm. Mhm. And leave us those comments below. Tell us everything that you're thinking about Star Trek and your predictions and all that. We've had a lot of fun with you, and we appreciate you playing with us. That's about it. Go tweet Tanya of Mars. Go tweet Back of the Head. Go tweet at Good Aaron and let them know how much fun you had with them. And the Bahana says, try a Sluggo Cola. We'll see you next time. When you're looking for predictions that are probably going to come true, put it on the main viewer. And thanks to Larry Nemechek.com.